I want to welcome you back to Black Side Sports. Tonight, we're going to talk about LeBron James quitting on the Lakers after a blowout loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. LeBron James, after last night's 28-point blowout loss, walked off the court with a towel over his shoulders with his entourage. And you know what that means. His time is short in LA. He quit on his team. But you seen earlier this year that when he quits on his team, you see him isolate himself from his fellow Laker players. You see him sit on the end of the bench by himself. This is why I don't consider LeBron James nowhere near being the GOAT of the NBA. Because he's like a petulant child. If things don't go his way, he throws a tantrum. This is the same man who is being accused all over the NBA of trying to get Rob Pelinka fired for not making a trade. This is the same man who is responsible for this roster, bringing in Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, and many other players who haven't gotten it done for the Lakers. But when it's all said and done, when the team is basically out of the playoffs, you know what happens with LeBron James. Everybody else takes the blame except him. And that's when Rich Paul and the rest of the crew at Clutch Sports start their propaganda throughout the NBA mainstream media. Basically putting everything on Pelinka, trying to say that this guy is a terrible GM. See, LeBron is the type of player. He plays well when everything is going right. We saw what he did in Miami. Once things started going down, he jumped ship, went to Cleveland. Once Cleveland won their one championship and things started going down, he jumped ship, went to LA. Now that they won that cheap bubble championship and things are going down, he's looking for a way out. And this is what happens when you bring LeBron James to your team. This guy is a disgusting individual. I know you got all those LeBron James fanboys out there, but the way he treats an organization, the way he treats his fellow players is not comparable to being a GOAT. There is no way if Michael Jordan was playing on this team with some of that talent, veteran talent on that team, that they would be 5-6 games under 500. That would not happen with Michael Jordan. And I don't believe it would happen with Kobe Bryant. But you have to understand who LeBron James is. And he will quit on a team. You saw him do it in Cleveland once he got out of town and went to Miami. You seen him do it in Miami when he went to Cleveland. You seen him do it in Cleveland when he went to LA. He's basically telling Jenny Buss and the Lakers organizations, I have washed my hands of this organization after he has bankrupted the organization. Rob Pelinka, you refused to trade the one first-round draft pick he had because of all the trades that he has made for LeBron James. And LeBron James is mad because he didn't clean up LeBron James' own mess. And I'm glad Rob Pelinka did something. He said you created the mess, you work with the mess. But LeBron James doesn't want to do that. This is who he is. He goes out and tells everybody, I want to play with my son. Well, who said you can? What about the owner not wanting you to play with your son? This guy thinks he makes all the rules in the NBA. He has left organization after organization in shambles after he left. And you know what Cleveland owner said? I don't want him back. Why would I want him back in Cleveland after he has rebuilt a basketball team around a guy like Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, a team that's ascending without LeBron James? LeBron James will come in here and tear that team apart. Let that team grow in Cleveland without LeBron James. And plenty of people out there are sick and tired. And you saw it last night with Laker fans. They were booing the Los Angeles Lakers. They had enough of the Los Angeles Lakers with LeBron James. LeBron James has to understand he is not a true Laker. He doesn't have the type of capital that a Kobe Bryant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor. He doesn't have that capital that he can spend and do what he want to do. This guy is nothing but a leech onto the organization that he wanted to use for his own career. He doesn't have any love for the purple and gold. And you see it right now. You see the way he's acting like a petulant child. When would a Lakers fan say, I had enough of LeBron James? He doesn't look like a GOAT to me, and he damn sure don't look like a GOAT to Laker fans. All he cares about is his status in the NBA. And when you have that, you have a man who's worried about how many points he's going to get, if he's going to break that record. He's not really caring about the success of the Lakers team. See, it's always the other players, but it's never LeBron's leadership. And that's what I have always questioned in his long, illustrious career, because I do believe it is an illustrious career. He is a great player, but he lacks those leadership skills, especially when things are not going right. And they're not going right in LA. And it's like he's not willing to take the blame, but he's willing to push the blame off on everybody else. He has literally destroyed this Lakers organization. And they will have to rebuild. It may take 5, 10 years to get that organization back together after LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and the rest of that geriatric crew leaves LA. They will be a bottom feeder in the NBA. And that's sad to see a Lakers organization that will have to start all over again just because they wanted a bubble championship from LeBron James. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. Hope you subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button. If you'd like to make a donation, go into the description box, PayPal, and also Cash App.